Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at budgeting, putting our money to work for us. Just some house rules. This budgeting tool, the FinSesh tool, has a macro in the background. So if it downloads, sometimes Windows will disable the macros. So just click wherever the file is saved, right click on it, hit properties, and on the bottom of the general tab, you'll see unblock. If you hit unblock, then the macros can be enabled. The view will then look like this one that's on screen currently. So I went ahead, did a little example, as this is going to be it's a big tool, quite tedious, but let's jump right into it. So yes, budgeting, it's something that no one wants to be told what to do. So I just took an example here of a person. And we can run through some results and see how he puts his money to work for himself. So this tool starts off, as all the other FinSesh tools, you can change everything that's in blue, which is, so you can change the names, the descriptions, and also the amounts. There is a planned and an actual amount for a specific reason. Sometimes if you're working for commission, for example, you could have that you're expecting to earn 10,000 Rand for the month, but you only end up earning 8,000, or you end up earning 20,000. So per month, you're just kind of expecting an amount, that's your planned amount, and then the actual amount at the end of the month, what actually happened. Because as we know, budgeting isn't that straightforward. So to start out, this person starts, he's got a work, his main primary work, he earns 25,000 Rand a month. Obviously, that doesn't change from the actual amount because he earns a fixed salary. He's got a grass business that he does on weekends. He cuts 5,000 Rand per month's worth of grass this month in January. So yeah, you can choose your actual month and year. You can see according to a drop down, you can choose your months and your years. So this is for the month of January, let's say 2023. And he's got a property earning 7,000 Rand per month, which also is the same as a plan. Then you can go ahead and insert your taxes that you will pay on your income for the month. And the calculator will show you disposable income, meaning what have you got left to spend for the rest of the month. Then when we head over to the actual expenses part, you will see that the tool is broken up in 3 parts according to the 50, 30, 20 budgeting method. So this budgeting method basically takes 50% of your after-tax income for your basic needs. This is the biggest part of most people's budget, and it's also where lifestyle creep happens. You buy a too big car or too big house, and you can really get strung down on your budget in this section. So your basic needs should be, it's a guideline, it's not a fixed rule, should be at a maximum of 50% of your after-tax income. Then your wants is limited or should be limited at 30%, and then 20% should be the minimum for your savings and debt repayments on rental properties. So this excludes your primary residence debt repayment. So let's just jump in further on this example. You can see in his basic needs, he's got a house, his primary residence that he pays 7,000 Rand a month for. There's a car he pays 1,500 a month for. Food, you can see he planned for using food 4,000 Rand a month, and his actual was actually 5,000 Rand for this month. Water and electricity, he planned for 600, ended up being 450. Now you can just go ahead in your own personal capacity and just fill in your own basic needs. Then when we head over to the wants, this would be luxurious items. They're not necessities. It's not a basic needs. It's something you want. It will make your life easier, but it's not something that you need to live. For example, eating out or buying more clothing or DSTV or traveling abroad. As you can see, here's some planned and actual expenses that this client used. Let's say, for example, the tool will also, if he traveled abroad and he planned for 10,000 Rand and he spent 12,000 Rand, you'll see the parts that was green previously will turn red, indicating that you're going over your wants, your 30% limit for this month. So just keep that in mind. When it goes red, it means something's been flagged. Then when we head over to the savings, which we prescribe a minimum of 20% of after-tax income savings per month. This person saves in his R8 2,500 Rand a month. They got a tax-free savings account, 500 Rand a month. And you can see the rental property that we inserted here on the far left-hand side. We've got that property's debt repayment inserted here as part of savings, because effectively it is income generating assets. As you scroll down a bit, the tool will give you a breakdown of your basic needs as a percentage, your wants as a percentage, and then your savings and debt as a total percentage of your after-tax income that you submitted. It would also show you just a nice necessity, your basic needs, if you are under or over spending in some section. Overspending in your savings is obviously a good thing, and underspending is a great thing when it comes to your wants, because obviously you got more to save. Then when you're done at the end of January, you can just hit submit. The macro will then do its thing. It looks like it's thinking a lot and spinning around. And you would see at the budget summary page, we'll see a nice summary of the whole tool or whole month of what we used. So it looks like it's really busy calculating a few things, dragging it over. Just give it another second. And there you can just click on the budget summary at the bottom. And it will show you based on your year. So if I go into 2023, it would show me that all my January expenses that I inserted in the previous section. So yes, for example, the work, the grass business, the property, everything that pulls through will show you what the differences is as well in between. So his grass business was minus 11% his actual than what he expected. Right through, you'll see a summary of his disposable income, the total expenses, and then also all the expenses that he incurred for this month. You'll see clothing, for example, was 100% more expensive than he planned for, eating out. So then it just kind of shows you wherever there's red in the expenses, you are overspending in this section. If you made any mistakes, you can just go to the middle section, hit adjust, and then it would give you an automatic drop down of items. You can just click on the item, insert its new plan and actual value, click submit, and then it would refresh. Just ensure that you choose the correct actual month and year to make these changes for. And that's about it for this budgeting tool. Once you are done and you want to start fresh again, you can just hit clear all, and the tool will automatically clear everything that's been inserted in the background. So I won't recommend hitting clear all unless you are pretty sure that you want to clear everything. Otherwise, just use the adjustment tab. So that is it for this budgeting tool. It is available on finsesh.com on the website, on the tool section, but I will insert a link in the description below. All of the best and have a good one.